Hello everybody, this is Delpha, and we're back and if my heart had wings. Let's carry on. After all the ramen. Yum. Kotori said as she pats her stomach in satisfaction. You're welcome. It somewhat ruined the sense of being perfect, but I was still quite pleased. Besides, this was probably cheaper. I introduced Kotori to Mr. Mazaki, who then gave us massive discounts, making the meal practically free. Is it now? Gonna get fat. But you can come anytime. Mr. Mazaki will probably give us discounts again too. Kotori is my girlfriend, and she's cute, so we received a warm welcome. I'm like a son to him? Okay. With full, satisfied stomachs, we wandered through Windy. There were quite a lot of different kinds of shops. Mostly there were women's clothing and accessory shops. There were also shops that sold tableware and miscellaneous goods, a bookstore, a stationery shop, and strangely, a dentist office. A dentist office? Okay. Usually, I had no interest, and wouldn't have any reason to go to places like this. But today's different. Yes, I'm going to the dentist office. As we passed the women's clothing shops, I looked at the clothes and caught myself thinking Kotori would probably look great in these. Say, Kotori, these clothes. Kotori? And the music just stops. For some reason, Kotori was frowning as she watched another couple. What's with the gloomy face? Can't you figure it out? Was she irritated at their clinginess? No, we're on a date too. Uh-oh. What is it? Oh? Kotori grabbed my hand. And so, with one hand, I began pushing the wheel of the wheelchair. Hey! That's gotta be hard. So you just wanted to walk hand in hand. Generally, couples hold hands, all in arms. Some secretly place their hands on each other's lower backs. When I saw these things, it's not that I didn't feel any jealousy, but... Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work we go. While I was holding Kotori's hand, I saw the look of surprise in surrounding people's eyes. From my perspective, pushing Kotori's wheelchair one-handed was... How can I put it? Rather harsh. Stop! Stop! Okay, carry on. You've started breathing heavier. Don't push yourself. That is true. Compared to the average girl, Kotori certainly was quite strong. Windmill Hill is gently sloped, but climbing it is exhausting. That said, it has to be next to impossible with a wheelchair. Just seeing you like this, it looks difficult and exhausting. I told her as I let go of her hand. Aww. You know what we need? It's like a reverse wheelchair. Basically a trolley. Like you can sit in the back of the trolley, or at the front of the trolley. The side which has the seat, whatever. Kind of. It hurt to see Kotori feeling so downhearted. Alright, how about if we stand side by side? Satisfied with the solution, Kotori nodded. I figured it must be difficult for Kotori to push herself, but I might be overthinking it. It's definitely better to see her face. If it becomes too difficult, say something, okay? Don't overdo it. Yes, Mum. Or Dad. And so, side by side, we looked around Windy. It wasn't that there was nowhere I wanted to go. We were in no hurry, and we had plenty of time. Ah, those clothes are nice. There was a pale blue dress hanging a shop window. It was the colour of the sky. I thought Kotori would look good in it. Kotori was absent-minded, looking at the same shop. Those clothes there, do you like them? It's not like I want you to buy me clothes or anything. I think you would look good in them. I compared the dress with Kotori's reflection in the shop window. Yes, it would without a doubt look good on her. Even though she was doubtful, she didn't seem to be denying their possibility. I don't think you can try on the clothes.
いいよ
Haven't they got a changing room?
それに
Or
店
something?
の人にも迷惑かかっちゃうもん
Uh-oh. I stuck my head into the shop and met eyes of a female shop attendant. She smiled at me.
何かお探しでしょうか
We like this dress, but trying it on, and
いえ別に何でもない
I
です
guess they do have one.
ほら行こう
Maybe. Kochi raised her voice as she grabbed her wheelchair wheel and sped out. Hey, wait! No sooner than I saw the back of the dress did Kochi go flying out of the shop. The shop attendant smiled and showed me out of the shop. Poor shopping assistant. She only had like one
ド
line.
キした
What did you run off for?
だって絶対迷惑だって思われる
You should have just said something.
もん
It's
もう
embarrassing,
いい
I
の
suppose.
服なんてお姉ちゃんに買ってきてもらうから
It'd be a struggle. You didn't like the dress?
そんなことないけどでももういいの
Be considerate,
行こ
Aoi.
う
It's just me and you guys now. Hi. Or not. Crap. Kochi's lost all of her enthusiasm. Our plan was to go see a movie, which we did. I wouldn't be surprised if Kochi started saying that she wanted to go home. What do you want to do now? There seems to be an arcade around here. We stopped and looked for something interesting on the map.
ちょっと疲れたかもどこかで休みたい
Okay. I was relieved that despite her drop in enthusiasm, she didn't say she wanted to go home. Okay, let's see. Should we check out over there?
あそこって
Actually, there was a place I wanted to check out again today. The shop that you wanted to see before. What was that? The ramen shop? Hagen-Dazs shop? Kochi tilted her head. The place you said has the delicious looking mealy filet. If that's how you say it, I don't know. Taking the hint, Kochi gasped.
カフェフラックス
Cafe Flags. Go to Cafe Flags. This was on Kochi's to-do list. Cafe Flags is a famous pastry shop known for their deliciously sweet creations. When Kochi added it to her list, she didn't realize there was also a dating hotspot. Oh dear. Cafe Flags happened to be at Windy.
でも
Cafe
あそこっ
Flags.
て高いんじゃ
You got a lot of flags inside? It's probably expensive. Don't worry about it. We've got plenty of money left. Lunch was pretty inexpensive. So let's go.
お
Kotori.
お
Don't they have like credit cards or whatever? Cash point cards? Outside Cafe Flags, a line had formed. Just like we heard, it's a pretty popular store. The people waiting were primarily young couples and older ladies hunched over with shopping bags. So basically 30 to 40-year-old women.
ふわす
That's
ご
my
い
guess.
人
The food must be really good.
並ぶの
Of course. From where we stood, the wait was about 30 minutes. The customers who made reservations walked right inside. Lucky them. What about us? Oh, I guess Kochi didn't order anything. When entering the cafe, the hostess called out, "Table seating 1!" and guided Kochi along. Yum.
こんなお店なんだ
I want some cake. Kochi muttered when she saw the sleek interior design. I also looked around with curiosity. We opened our menus. Oh jeez, this place is expensive. The cheapest cakes are around 800 yen. How much is that in pounds? I don't know. The tea is about the same, with the more expensive teas over 1,000 yen a cup. And let's see, their featured Mille Fiule cake is no less than 1,300 yen a slice. At these prices, there's no doubt that the food is exponentially good. No, I'm not angry. With a tightening chest, I asked Kotori, "What do you want, Kotori?
と
Don't make
じゃあ
me poor,
ミ
please."
ルフィーユとダージリンティーで
A Darjeeling tea. Sounds nice. The Mille Fiule and an iced tea sounds good. We called the waiter and placed an order. Finally, we can try the famed Mille Fiule.
楽
Yeah,
しみ
is this gonna be any good? It seems like she still isn't happy. Surely overthinking about everything has sent her mood into a downward spiral. I'm sorry about earlier.
なんで葵くんが謝るの
I got your thoughts going into a bad place.
違うよ葵くんは悪くないもんただ
normal stuff. Kotori stopped talking mid-sentence. I didn't say anything. Kotori opened her mouth and paused. Kotori nervously looked up at me.
私なんかとデートしてて
I'm guessing the movie was fine. Having a good time? What are you suddenly saying? What are you suddenly trying to say?
私のせいで目立っちゃってるでしょ
No. As she spoke, her eyes looked about the room and caught the glances of other customers.
さっきここに入ってきた時もすごく見られてたし
And? Does that sort of thing bother you?
だって私こんなだから一緒にいて葵くんこそ嫌な思いしてるんじゃないかなってそれに服もこんなだし手だって繋いで歩けないし
Kotori gradually sank into herself. You told me those clothes were cute, just to flatter me, right?
そうかな
Look, you like me, right? Kotori nodded her head in acknowledgement.
お姉ちゃんが選んでくれた服だから
Yeah, we know that. That wasn't surprising. Eberi has good taste, and knows what looks good on Kotori. However, the statement was not meant as a positive thing. I thought those clothes from earlier would look good on you. You seem to like them too.
私みたいな子がおしゃれするのって
No?
変だって思われないかな
Nothing strange about that. I don't think it'd be strange at all.
そうかな
You just said that thanks to you, we stand out, right? That's because of the wheelchair. I don't think that's true at all. You're cute, so people are looking.
違うよそんなんじゃ
You can say that, in spite of the fact that people are always calling you a beautiful girl.
それはそうなんだけど
I can admit to that. Close up. Kotori is cute. It wouldn't be strange to call her beautiful. That's why people can't help but look. If there are people staring, it's because they see a beautiful girl in a wheelchair, and they wonder what her story is. Of course it makes Kotori feel uncomfortable, but there's nothing that can be done about that. That's true. You're cute, Kotori, so much that people turn to look at you without thinking. They think, wow, if only I could date a girl like that.
葵くん
Kotori let out a small laugh. Ah, yes, you're even cuter when you laugh. After all, it's your natural, cool self.
あそれ忘れろって言ったのにまだ覚えてた
Never. Ha ha ha, that was intense. I won't forget. When you look back on this, you'll laugh. I sit up straight, put on a relaxed, self-confident expression, and flick the hair from my face. I flick the hair side to side. I can't say anything when you're sitting there with that self-confident air.
もう意地悪なんだから
When Kotori grumbled like that, she unconsciously got cuter. I restrained myself. Instead, I held my hand out across the table. I wonder what he meant by that. Kotori picking up on my meaning and softly laid her hand in mine. Things like hand-holding we can do when we're not walking. Besides, who else can have a date in a glider, soaring in the sky? Probably only us, right? Without a doubt, the other couples at Windy would be jealous. Kotori looked up at me.
そうだね
Kotori's mood seemed to brighten suddenly. So you won't laugh at me? When your smile shines, it makes you even more beautiful.
ありがとう葵くん
There's your laugh. And fade to black. The waiter brought the tea and cakes while Kotori smiled brightly. Kotori pulled back her excited hand. The waiter saw it and smiled softly. The waiter placed the plates on the table. That looks lush. I want it. Get in my belly. Exactly. Give it to me. Kotori's eyes shone brightly when she saw the mille filet. You practically started drooling when you saw that pastry. Kotori wiped her mouth hurriedly. What was that?
見てよこれ
Num, 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 num.
このミルフィーユ
I want it. I'm starving. Of course I'm looking at it. I have the same thing in front of me.
神々しい
Divine aura.
感じない
A gift from the heavens.
絶対美味しいよこれ
Thank you, my lord.
見ればわかるもん
Oh, as expected from an international pastry, Kotori muttered as she examined every corner of the cake. Just how many layers does this thing have? The layers of crust were countless. Never mind the layers of strawberry and deep-coloured custard. On top, there was a dollop of fresh cream with a strawberry. Over the strawberry, there was a transparent jelly-like sauce that shone brightly like a jewel under the shop's interior lighting. The fact that Kotori stated it was absolutely delicious before tasting it was natural. I knew it! When you're angry or feeling down, sweets are the answer. Yes, for everyone, I guess.
そんなことないことも
Oh,
な
I'm
いこと
hungry.
もないもう
Let me have it, Kotori. Which is it? In any case, you seem to have cheered up. I'm glad. Kotori nodded brightly. So this should be awkward, I thought. Hey, let's eat. Kotori nodded her head in reverent agreement.
こっくり
Just eat it! Before I get hungry and I jump through the screen and break my screen. With trembling hands, Kotori gripped her knife and fork and brought them to the mille filet. It's crispy. The knife cutting into the crust made a small, delightful sound. I don't need this. Oh, I'm hungry. Kotori took a slice of strawberry and cream with crust to her fork, and then carefully brought it to her lips. Ow!
おいしい
Are you shouting that? Kotori brought her hand to her cheek and stared unconsciously. Seeing Kotori, the waiter nodded, smiled, and said, "Our customers often say that." Like that?
甘すぎず酸っぱすぎず
It's delicious!
芳醇な深い味わい
Who does that? This is the taste of happiness.
幸せの味なのです
The cake seemed so delicious that even Kotori's way of speaking seemed to change. Let's see. Chomp. Chomp chomp. Man, this really is good. At first the light sweetness and sourness of the strawberry came out, then the taste rounded out as it mixed together with the perfect amount of cream. Then, if you could describe its taste with texture, it tasted crispy. Blending different textures and different types of sweetness together into balance with each other creates a refined, harmonious balance of elegance. Without exaggerating, I can say that before eating this cake, one has never truly lived. This cake is the kind of thing only meant to be eaten on special occasions, like birthdays and Christmas. Of all cakes that I've had, this was the one that embodies the concept of cake. No! It was an experience. Happiness. Pure happiness.
幸せ
While eating the cake, Kotori's heart seemed to exude happiness. This constant success was almost more irritating than it was encouraging. This was completely different than when she cheered up from having Haagen-Dazs.
紅茶も美味しいもう昇天しちゃいそう
While lost in thought, Kotori reached the end of the wheelchair and rummaged about. What she pulled out was Isuka's navigation log. Do you always carry that thing around with you?
大事なものなんだもん
The wheelchair was a regular wheelchair, so it was natural that it received rough handling. On rainy days, you have to quickly push yourself with all your strength. Then you have to fight with the slopes of the hills. When you are on the beach, you have to deal with sand and grit, and then of course occasionally falling over. Thanks to a new frame not coming in, the dent in the wheelchair couldn't be fixed. It was only natural that the journal, which had been there for it all, was a little tattered. Kotori opened the journal like an old veteran. She stopped at the page with the to-do list.
これでまた一つコンプリートできたわ
It was more difficult than expected to fill in that box. Kotori gazed satisfactorily at the page for a moment, but then her attention turned back towards the pastry. This time I saw, quickly, munch munch, munch munch.
今が私の人生のピークなのかも
How old are you again? Huh? What did you say?
こんな優しくてかっこいい彼氏ができて頼りにな
Oh,
る
thank
仲
you.
間たちもいて空を飛びたいっていう夢ももうすぐ叶うこういうのをリア充っていうのよね
What do you mean by that?
リアルが充実している人のことよ私はきっとリア充ね
Kotori stabbed a giant strawberry with her fork, punctuating her point. And they said fort.
このミルフィーユがこんなにも美味しいのは葵くんがいてくれるからだもん
Thank
きっ
you.
と
She made sounds of delight when she spoke. As usual, Kotori might have gotten a little carried away. Whether feeling down or feeling great, my girlfriend is unique. Alright, you can finish it after one thing. What's that? Kochi asked as she looked up at me. I pointed at the item at the top of the list. To cross a passageway of clouds. Asuka's leftover item. Kochi squirmed and ate some mile fule, then gazed down at the item.
この夢もきっともう叶うわ。
Together. A morning glory is supposed to appear by the end of summer. We just have to wait a bit longer.
葵くんがみんなの思いを乗せて連れてってくれるもん。
What month is it? That's not that hard. I was chosen as pilot because there was no one else suitable. But that might change when tomorrow comes. It was a little late, but it seemed like Kotori wanted to say something to me.
無理無理無理無理。だって私これから練習するのよ。
Last year I felt the same way when I was told I would be the one to fly. When I think about it now, it was absurd. It was actually dangerous.
葵くんは飛んでみたくないの？モーニンググローリーを。
I want to fly. I really want to. Everything was so close last year. There are so many feelings that I cannot seem to forget.
じゃあパイロットは葵くんでいいじゃない。何にも問題ないわ。
Kochi said calmly and gently, as she took another bite of mile fule.
もう変なこと言うからドキドキしちゃったじゃない。
As Kochi said this, her face turned red like strawberry. Dun dun dun. Okay, well I think I'm going to end it there after the delicious cake. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Delfair. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share and all that good stuff. Thank you again and good